You ever feel like you're just guessing when it comes to project risks, like making big calls sort of blindfolded?
Oh, absolutely. It's a common feeling. Today, we're diving into how to maybe lift that blindfold a bit.
Okay.
We're unpacking how to quantify risk in project management.
Hmm.
And a lot of this is grounded in the methods laid out in Project Management for Project Managers by Orlando Casbon.
Right?
Our mission today, to look at three key ways to turn those, vague worries into actual measurable insights,
Yeah.
numbers you can work with.
Excellent. Let's kick things off with the first one, expected monetary value, EMV.
Yeah, EMV. Think of it as like a financial calculation for your project's overall risk level.
Okay.
It's really good for figuring out the potential cost of risks tied to specific parts of your project plan, your work breakdown structure.
How does it work practically?
Well, you essentially assign probabilities. How likely is this risk to happen?
Hmm.
And a monetary value. What's the cost if it does happen? Or the benefit sometimes.
Mm.
Multiply those out, sum them up, and you get a feel for the overall financial exposure. That calculation directly helps you figure out how much contingency reserve you might need.
So it puts a dollar figure on the what ifs, helps you budget for uncertainty.
Exactly. It provides that baseline financial picture of the risks. It's actually the foundation for decision trees, too, which we'll get to.
Got it. Okay, so EMV gives us the big financial picture. But what if you need to know which specific risk could, throw everything off the most?
Right. That's where sensitivity analysis comes in handy.
Sensitivity analysis, how does that one work?
It's kind of like stress testing your plan. You take one risk factor at a time, say the cost of a key material or how long a task might take, and you vary its uncertainty.
You tweak the number.
Yeah, you tweak the numbers up and down and see how much it affects the project's bottom line or the final deadline. It shows you which variables have the biggest ripple effect.
So it pinpoints the really high impact risks, the ones you really need to watch.
Precisely. It helps you focus your attention, your mitigation efforts, where they'll make the most difference. Can't fight every fire, right?
Makes sense. Prioritize.
Exactly.
Okay, so EMV for the overall cost, sensitivity analysis for the biggest individual troublemakers. What about when you have like a fork in the road? Different options.
Perfect transition. That's the job of decision tree analysis. It's specifically for choosing the best path forward when you face several alternatives.
Like mapping out the choices.
You draw it out like a tree. Each branch is a possible decision or a chance event. You estimate the probabilities, optimistic scenario, pessimistic scenario for each path.
And you use EMV in this too.
Yes, exactly. The potential monetary outcomes you calculated with EMV often become the values at the end of the branches in your decision tree.
I see. So it visually lays out the options and their potential payoffs based on probability.
Correct. It gives you a really structured way to compare apples to apples, even when dealing with uncertainty. Helps you make a more rational, confident decision instead of just going with your gut.
Right. So these three methods, they aren't really separate, are they? They work together.
Not at all. They build on each other. EMV provides the financial values. Sensitivity analysis identifies the most critical variables to maybe analyze further. And decision trees use that information to help you choose the best strategy.
It's a toolkit, really.
It really is.
Yeah.
Using them together gives you a much more robust understanding of your project's risk landscape. You move from just knowing risks exist to actually quantifying their potential impact. Better planning, fewer surprises.
And for our listeners, getting comfortable with these tools means, well, better project outcomes, right? Clearer financials, knowing where to focus, making smarter choices under pressure.
Definitely. They're practical techniques that can genuinely reduce surprises and boost your chances of success.
Okay, so to recap, we looked at expected monetary value for the overall financial risk,
Sensitivity analysis for pinpointing the most impactful risks.
and decision tree analysis for choosing between different paths forward. Three powerful ways to quantify uncertainty.
Essential tools for any project manager serious about managing risk effectively.
Absolutely. And look, if you want to dive much deeper into these methods, and honestly a whole lot more on project management, we really do recommend the book Project Management for Project Managers by Orlando Casabon. It's a solid resource.
Definitely worth a read.
So maybe think about your current projects. Where could applying a bit of EMV or sensitivity analysis or even a quick decision tree give you more clarity and ultimately more control? Something to chew on.